Okay, Team Expansion Canada, look at you. New haircut, Lynn, that looks great. Marissa, you're always
Ready
good
for
out of Nashville.
Nashville.
And,
Yay.
and
I got
Paula,
my
I love,
boots, I got my hat, I got my skirt, I have my vest. I'm ready to party.
oh, oh, that's wonderful. And Paula, thanks for all the conversation before. And Leo, you were looking really good when you were on camera. Where did you go?
Here's Leo. I need
I'm
to ask
just
him a
I'm
quick
just back
question.
at a call.
Okay, all right. And Michelle will be a bit late, and Bayla's not sure she can come on. She has another commitment. And
Maureen,
Maureen said, well, she just sent maybe a few minutes late. And would somebody please call Mary Ellen? Who would like to call Mary Ellen?
you have her number.
Thanks, Paula.
I'll try. I don't know if I've got enough battery right now, but I will give
Do
her a
your best.
shot.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Now, does Paul not come on these?
No, he's chosen to spend more time on Mike's calls. So there's Maureen
Oh,
already.
okay.
That was very quick, Maureen. Welcome to the call.
I'm just looking for Mary Ellen's number.
Okay. All right. So exciting, right? Lynn, you have your boots, your hat, your skirt, your vest, and you are ready to
Yeah.
party. I
And
love
my
it.
mindset, the most important part.
Oh, really good point. Has everybody got their mindset on? If not, put it on now.
Yes,
Mindset,
yes.
mindset in place. And so Maureen, what have you got ready for Dallas or for Nashville?
Um, Gold shoelaces for my runners because I can't do boots. Jeans, a really sassy top from Amazon, and I got my black cowboy hat today.
All right, good on you. Marissa, how about you? Oh, you're not going, and Leo's not going. We'll hear from
Yeah.
Paula when she's had a chance to call Mary Ellen. Well, you probably saw
I've had to reboot my phone so that I can actually call her, but I have my boots. And I actually bought a pair of boots and they were too big on me, so I gave them to Lynn. And so I went to Giant Tiger and they had black cowboy boots, so I picked up a pair there. I
perfect.
have a gold sequined blazer with black velvet lapels.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have a hat that I've had since the early 70s. It's not your typical cowboy hat,
Doesn't
but my
matter.
parents picked it up from me in Vegas when they were there. And it's a lady's Stetson and it has prairie hen feathers on it. So we'll
That
see.
sounds like a Western hat to me.
Well, yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. And some of you may have seen part of my outfit anyway in the post I gave when my band was playing last Saturday. Anybody see that?
Oh, I didn't see it.
I
Okay,
saw it, but I didn't pay attention to it.
I posted
Same
on
here.
I guess I didn't post it on Team Expansion Canada. I'll do that because I don't have the cowboy hat on, but I have the cowboy boots on. I have the gold pants. I have the gold blouse. I have what else is in that? I don't have the black and gold jacket on in the one picture, but I do have a black and gold jacket. And my band members, the guys said you have to wear gold for this gig we're doing. I thought I have gold.
Yeah.
They didn't know it
Wow.
was for Nashville, but anyway. And the boots, I thought they wouldn't be comfortable because they're cheap boots. I danced all night in them. When I wasn't playing up front, I was dancing and they were so comfortable. So I am so happy.
Wow. Super, super, super. All
Indeed,
right.
indeed. So, okay, so Michelle may come on, as for those of you who came on a bit after we started, she is at the chiropractor hoping to get in the car in time to be part of the call. And Bayla can't be on, and hoping Mary Ellen will join us. So, even though we're going to Nashville, not all of us are going to Nashville next week. What I want to focus on today is the really, really important thing about success in this business. What do you think it is?
Mindset.
Yep. Then what?
More mindset.
Action. Action. I always say We can learn all we want, but until you put in practice, like anything else. I write a
Right.
list to do my household stuff, but if I don't get up and get the vacuum out, it does not get vacuumed.
It doesn't get done. Right.
Yeah.
Very, very important. So mindset and action. So what's a really good daily method of operation for action? What would you recommend?
For me, I have to allocate the time and follow it. If I
Yep.
don't, very easily to get sidetracked for a lot of people that operate at home.
So how big are
Especially-
your chunks of time that you allocate, Lynn?
Right now, they're bigger than before, but not big enough. So at the moment, I don't have anything specific. That's something I am going to concretely put together for the last quarter of the month. I don't want to just put it weekly. I got to allocate the time. So we happen to be just coincidental looking at a property around the corner to purchase for investment. So here we go again. But that's crucial at the moment for family. But my commitment is going to be 3 days to 4 days a week significantly. That's what I can.
Okay, but how
When I
much
say
time?
significant-
How much time in those days? Because that's
in
great.
those days, I'm going to get a range from 4 to 6.
Okay, good. Don't please omit trying. You are allocating.
I'm going to
No, I'm not
allocate.
going to. I am allocating.
I'm allocating specific time, and I want to be more precise so that I definitely can commit. So at the moment, I'm hesitating, Maggie, but
I get
it's
it.
going to be commitment that I'm going to put together this weekend.
Sorry, I have to tell these people I've got so many things on. Anyway, yeah, okay, good. And anybody have a suggestion of what is a good allocation of time and what do you do in that time?
Maybe try the daily power hour that Jeff's
Oh my
talking
God,
about.
Maureen, what a brilliant idea. It's
They
already
come
laid out.
occasionally.
It's already laid out for us. The daily power hour. And what is that? Who knows what the daily power hour is?
3 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of goal planning or organizing or something like that. 25 minutes of contact, 25 minutes of follow-up, and 2 minutes of celebration at the end, with or without alcohol.
How come you know all that just off the top of your head, Maureen? How did that
Because
happen?
she's been doing it.
No, I actually have not been doing it, but I remember things sometimes.
You got a brilliant memory, and thank you. I love the last part. With or it's your choice, with or without alcohol, that celebration. And Leo, you don't even need that structure because you do that every day anyway, right? At least 25 minutes of new contacts, 25 minutes of follow-up. Do you do the celebration though?
Yeah, he has his latte.
I've seen the odd beer on Facebook.
I was gonna say I've seen the odd beer, yes. And what about you do the mindset at the beginning too, Leo? So you're in the right space?
Oh, yes. I made just this week, I made 9 Zoom with the business partner for the new contact for Nikan. I'm a consultant for another, it's not a network marketing, but a business like BNI. You know BNI?
Mhm. Yep.
But we have one here in Quebec in French. And I know the owner, he said, Helio, can you come to motivate the group? Everything, sell the membership. I said, yes, but I have one condition. Can I speak about Nikan? He said, of course. And this week I speak about Nikan or 100 people.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And I made a lot of contact. He said, I said, new friend with me, new friend, Facebook, and I shared the video every
Okay.
day, every day.
Ladies
every day I
and
said,
gentlemen, I'm introducing the first royal diamond in the province of Quebec, Canada. Yay, Leo.
I work on that for 2026, my goal.
All right, that's wonderful and well done. You've already, you've been doing this so long, it's just a natural part of your day now, right?
It's just like a good habit that when you practice every day, it's
Every day, yeah.
yes.
I begin
So,
my day with a miracle morning,
yep.
and this morning I have a Zoom call 8:30, 12, and tonight with you.
Yeah.
Okay, nine group this week, and I
Great.
have a next Tuesday. He invite me to make a 20 minute for motivation, blah blah blah, and a lot of people gonna come.
Wow.
And he said, "What you do after this GR International?" And he said, "What do you do else?" You can
Yep. Good for you.
share
And
a
that's,
video.
I want to really acknowledge you for not only the consistency of what you do every day and for the results that you've created and the respect that you have to ask permission. Can I talk about Nikan? And
Yeah.
you're on a roll. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, I was going to say something really profound and I don't have it. So who's got something really profound to say since I lost what I was going to say?
One of the things that I've learned in sales, other than Nikan, long time ago, I've been in sales, ask and you shall receive. And I just practiced it recently. Paula was a witness. We were at an event, I think you heard. And I just said to a gentleman that was sitting at our table, we met him that first night, would you know somebody that is entrepreneurial, goal oriented, looking to create income from other sources? And I don't know what else I said. He just instantly gave me a name. I had a hard time getting hold of her. I didn't want to leave a message because she doesn't know me. So I finally got hold of her. I said, I am so and so. I got your name through on Mr. Walker. He said highly of these qualities from you. I would love to have an opportunity for us to meet and chat. And she was right away open, and we're going to get together when I come back from Nashville.
Wow.
But that's my second time that I was successful, Maggie, with referrals. Even
Right.
I have another distributor. He's just a wholesale buyer. It was just through referral. But I did it in person, and I believe in this ask and you shall receive.
Right.
And all I ask is, who do you know that is looking for what we can offer?
Yeah.
And I've always been given a name, and my intention is definitely to practice that more consistently, because I definitely, at the moment, how long I've been practicing, I literally have 9 out of 10 success. But I have
That's
to do
powerful.
it.
That's powerful,
Yeah.
Lynn. I mean, referrals are often overlooked in our business, and the power of the referral is just like Lynn said. You have to ask, you need to be specific, and you will
Yes.
receive. And then you follow up that because if you didn't do anything with that referral, nothing would happen. You follow up until you make contact, and then you can create some relatability with that person, find out what they're looking for, show them the possibility without any pressure and keep moving them through the process of that. You have to validate the business, the products, the company, and the compensation plan. Those are the four things that people need to know about. And how
Even
does
the
this?
conversation, the energy, Maggie, on the phone, as soon as I identified her as this quality person based on
Yep,
what her friend referred me to, the tone changed.
of
She
course.
was open differently.
Yeah,
I felt that, and I probably exuded the same back to
yeah.
her.
A
What
genuine
impresses
compliment.
me about the referrals that Lynn has gotten, they were from people that were totally cold market.
Yeah,
Yes.
It wasn't somebody that she knew that she asked
yep.
for a referral. It was totally cold market referral.
That's
And
great. That's great.
that amazes me.
No, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Welcome, Mary Ellen. Glad you're on the call with us today. So we're talking about what can we put in place as a daily method of operation. So daily activities, and of course that immediately led us into Maureen suggested, how about the power hour, which is a pretty obvious daily method of operation. So my request, and you can decline, you can counter offer, you can accept, is that as soon as possible, and I think we can do it even though we're going to Nashville next week. Incorporate the daily power hour, at least, 2 days a week, moving to 3. Start small, start with 5 if you can do it, start with 6 if you can do it. And I know some of you have already done that, but get it into your planner. It's just an hour, and it can be 3 20-minute pieces. It can be 10 minutes here. It can be 6, 10 minutes. What is whatever you create. Don't be intimidated by the fact that it's a whole hour. Do it in bits and do it. What's the worst that could happen if you did that 3 days a week?
You'll get some results.
You just might. You never know. And if you don't, so what? What'll you do?
Yes, continue.
Right. Remember the cards, the deck of cards? There are 4 aces. If you don't find those aces, shuffle, keep going. So who has actually done at least one power hour? Maureen, you have, right?
No,
No, you haven't done a power hour?
I've
Who's
not.
done 1 hour of power hour so far? Other than Leo, who does it all the time.
Bela
Okay.
has.
Bela has, yes.
She's the only one.
Okay. It's funny, I just looked over and there's a message from you and done power hour on the Nikan Core Consultant WhatsApp. Anyway, how many
I've
would
done a couple days, but not
Okay.
a whole week.
That's okay. We're not looking at the whole thing. We're looking at what can you start with and who are you going to celebrate with? Okay, let's say everybody committed to doing 1 power hour, 1 day of power hour before Nashville. How many can commit to that? Okay, I got 2. Do I see 3? I see 3. Are your hands up, Marilyn? I can't see.
Mhm.
And you're muted. So can you give us either a digital hand or a voice hand or your hand? I can only see part of your face.
I'm in.
Okay, Marissa.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody's in. Leo's already doing it, So when you complete that power hour, how will you celebrate, Maureen?
Good question.
Okay, here's a question back to you.
High five the mirror. High five the mirror like
Okay.
Mel Robbins says.
Good. And why is that piece important? The mindset at the beginning is obvious. Why is it important to celebrate at the end of that hour? Why do that?
So
I mean, it's a
Probably-
positive impact. Sorry.
it
Maureen?
probably gets a bunch of brain chemicals going, and you're actually by celebrating and if possible saying something out loud, you're
Yes.
actually telling the reticular activation system that this is
Yes.
important.
Yes.
And that tends to make to them say, oh, this is serious. I better, pay
Yep.
attention. And that starts to bring things. I sent a link to the team expansion thing from Mel Robbins today.
Mhm.
And she mentions the reticular activation system as and there's these
Powerful.
8 steps,
Yes,
which
yeah.
was really, really good. And she kept reiterating them. So, you could see how it was incorporated.
Yeah.
Just 8 morning things to say to yourself to get, and by saying them out loud, you're activating the reticular activation system and telling the system that this is important and they better pull up their socks and start looking out for you.
It basically tells the universe you're ready. You're not thinking about it. You're not planning it. You're not, maybes. You're doing it. So you're celebrating. And, you've seen that video of the little girl. She's about 3 years old. She's standing on the counter of the bathroom.
Yes.
And she's in the mirror and she's saying, I am so beautiful. I love my mommy. I love, and just, that may seem silly if you live with somebody, but do it anyway. It really does. There's so much power in the mind-body connection. And if you say it and do it, like if you get your body into the position, like the victory stance or the high five or whatever, that magnifies the celebration and it activates that reticular activating system. So how many of you can do that?
Yes.
Everybody's hands up. Good. Okay. So Marissa, you were going to say something about celebrating.
It can leave a positive impact on your mind. It's all again on the mindset, and you
Yeah.
feel good about yourself. So that's the same as line as Marie was saying.
And is that important?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And my family's used to me doing all these little
Good.
these little crazy things. So they're like, Mom's at it again.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
very
good.
important.
And that's inspiring for them, believe it or not.
Yeah, because I see it with my daughter more so than my
Mhm.
sons haven't started their journey yet. My daughter
Mhm.
has. And
Mhm.
those little perks, that crazy perks that she thinks it's crazy, she does them, but she realizes it. And it's good to see that it's actually rubbing off
Yeah.
on the eventually the boys too, but they're more tamer. But Bianca is slowly growing into her own, and she's my doppelganger, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So remember, we've been trained to work at this level.
mhm.
Okay. It's pretty flat. There's not a lot of hope. There's not a lot of joy. There's not a lot of celebration. We belong up here. We are vibrant light beings that can, just with our feelings, we can create everything. Nothing happens until we create it. We can sit and go, "Oh, look at these terrible politics," and blah, blah, blah. Or we can say, I am just so grateful to be alive. I'm going to go for a walk in nature and feel nature, and I mean, for me, I'm going to sing, right? Or I can say I'm going to dance, and I dance my boots off on Saturday night. Believe me, love dancing and singing. So find something that really lights you up, because when you light up, you literally light up the world, because every spark of joy, gratitude, love, all those higher vibrations makes a difference, whether you believe it or not. It makes a difference. So great. So
I was going
everybody's going to do 1 power hour at least before Nashville, and you're going to report into the team chat. I've done my power hour, or I've done 2 power, or whatever. And it's not a competition. And if you don't get to do any, that's okay too. But you're planting the seed of that's what you're going to do when you're ready, right? So that daily method of operation, along with the mindset, that's putting you on a path. Like Lynn said, you can have it written down, but unless you put it into action, it's just boasting, idle talk, or whatever. Great. Okay, so what else are you going to put into your daily method of operation besides at least 1 power hour? What else can you create?
I'm going to say for me, that's for me personally. I practiced it a time in the past and it worked better. Before I end my day, I need to create what needs to be done tomorrow. So when I
Okay.
go to bed, Maggie, I sort of have an idea or expectation what is out there for me. And as soon
Yes.
as I got busy, you forget the day when you start becomes more, what's the word, congested, distracted, and so on. So my
Catching up. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, catches up is at the end of my day, I have to, or I will put in what are the priorities or what is a must for next day. So when I wake up and look at it, I have a pretty good idea what needs to be done, and of course other things will develop for that day.
Exactly.
Well,
How many?
that's your planning part.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's my
it's
planning part, but
it's a
it's
good idea
important
to
that
do it
I
the night
plan it
before.
night before
Mhm.
for me. I've seen it done.
Sherry Danzig just told me she's packed for Nashville, and I just sat there and I said, "Really?
Hey, I got my packing list. I
That's
always
good."
start with I always need a list.
Yeah. So I haven't even thought, well, other than my gold outfit and the fact that it's going to be 31 degrees in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
The
Heavy
whole
jacket
time,
not required.
the whole time we're there, it's between 31 and well, 29 and 31.
I
So
was going to say, what do we wear?
as little as possible.
Remember that sometimes hotels are freezing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to dress warm for inside because they turn the air conditioning up to just terrible cold. And so be prepared for that. Layers, layers. But when you go outside in that 31 degrees, and it's probably humid. I don't know, but I'm hunching that Nashville's kind of humid.
It is.
It's
It's
good.
I've
It's
never been.
gonna want to drop you. It's like New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I've been there this summer. So,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Anyway,
definitely.
I like that idea, Lynn, and doing it the night before does set you up for success because as soon as you wake up, your mind's probably going, gotta do, all these things are
don't have to
coming in.
think about it. You
Exactly.
sort of have a
Yeah.
plan to at least start your day.
Yeah. And have you ever heard that story about eat the frog first?
No,
You haven't?
no.
Okay.
No, I've heard about the one about cooking the frog.
Yeah, that's different. But this is about eating the frog first. So there's usually something we avoid, right? And so the advice from the story is that that's your frog. The thing you don't want to do is your frog. So do it first. Get it over with. Eat the frog first, then, the rest is easy. So who has a frog they could name? Some people hate to pick up the phone.
Is my frog for now.
What is it, Mariellen?
Mike has talked many times about how we need to create a 1 minute video to spark interest with people we know.
Yeah.
And I have been thinking about it and thinking about it. And it's a really interesting exercise because it causes me to say, okay, what am I really dealing with? What do I want? Who do I want? And what's in my psyche that is holding me back?
Mhm.
Because if the video comes out will be what I decide to put in the video will be really my calling card, my statement
Yeah.
to the world. And you can fake words, you can read words, but to make a sincere video, it's got to be very real. And found the process of working on it daunting on some level and also invigorating on another level. And that it is really clarifying.
Good.
Mary Ellen, when I did some work with Dave, I created my story, how I got into NECAN, what's my purpose, and so on. And he suggested I record it. And my God, that is hard because you really, when it's on the paper, it seems like, oh, it's exciting and so on. But when you are expressing it with your face and expression, totally different ball game. So practicing that was very helpful for me. It might be something that you can do. And I just taped it myself to listen and to be able to critique and see how I can improve.
Yeah.
I've done that a long time ago.
Really good point, Lynn. It's not over until it's over. You can change it at any time. It's not like a business card that you paid $100 for a box of business cards and you're kind of stuck with
Just
them.
do it on the Zoom or whatever you have, and then listen to it and see where you can improve. I've done it. It takes a long time because trust me, I've done it over and over and over again because it's different when you are doing it on video.
Right. And have you thought about having feedback on it, Lynn, so that you can hear how it comes across to somebody else?
My story has evolved. It changed because of certain things. So I definitely have totally a plan to have it redone, and I will probably ask for input.
Probably.
Maureen is my go-to person. I send her stuff to critique.
Yeah, that's good. And
I
you could
said,
also
Maureen,
ask, you could also run it by somebody who is not involved at all.
yes, that's true.
Because if they know nothing, which most people that are in our cold market, particularly, they know nothing about us or NECAN, run it by somebody who's willing to do that for you. And you never know, they might just get interested. And it gives you a different perspective than somebody who's in NECAN.
Yeah, it's like
That's a good idea.
It's like when you do writing and you run it by a writer and you've discovered that all the details that you think are so clear are still in your head. They're not on the paper.
Yeah.
And somebody will say, well, what color is the person's hair? Oh,
yeah.
Didn't I put that down? So
it's in your mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So having what Maggie says, somebody unrelated will say, well, what do you mean by that? Or like, what are you talking about there?
Yeah.
And you realize that that's not clear to somebody that's not in the business.
Yeah.
And my comment to Mary Ellen would be like, what's to say you don't do a script ahead of time? You don't have to read it. But I'm a person who, like, even one time when I was on a Zoom here, I had my notes in front of me, because I work better when I've written something out than just doing something off the cuff. And when I was in customer service, I was a pretty sort of enthusiastic, ebullient person, and all my best off the cuff remarks had been rehearsed well ahead of time, just waiting for the opportunity to throw them in.
Mary Ellen, say something?
Yeah, I think writing it out, not reading it, but writing it out so that the phrases, because instead of talking about Nikken products, you talk about in Japanese wellness technologies. And so you're choosing the words that pack the greatest punch and that really create the emotion that I want will require fine tuning and honing. And that's the process that I am working on now. And my goal is something to send for critique before Nashville.
Great. Great. Who are you going to run it by, Mary Ellen?
I'll run it by this group, certainly by Paula, and we'll also send it to Mike DiMuccio because he's asked people to create them and send them to him.
Yeah.
And so
great. And somebody said the word emotion. I don't know if it was Mary Ellen or Maureen or who, but it's so important that we evoke an emotional response in that 1 minute commercial, or if you want to call it, because without, people do not make decisions based on logic. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They base it on emotion. So helping somebody, empowering somebody to feel something is an art. And the best way, as Richard Bliss Brooke would say, tell a story. Don't go so much into the technical Japanese wellness technologies, all of that.
Right.
You want to stick to, oh my God, I just have to share this with you. And you got to be in the room with them and say, for me, like 30 years ago, I was hurting all the time. I used to go to work and still do my best. And I hurt the whole time. I hurt when I went to bed and I hurt when I woke up. And I was looking for solutions and didn't think there were any until.
Yeah.
Based on those 3 questions that he posted from our last call, I'm going to create a short video for people that know me for a while in Nikken.
Yeah.
And because I've found that relevant, because I myself look back, if I understood something maybe 15 years ago, I might have had a different approach.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm proud to share that.
Good, good.
And
So
so those 3 questions that he talked about, do you know what I'm talking about? Where he says, what you would have done different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He just posted that recently.
Yeah,
He
did.
it caught my attention. I'm going to do a short video based
Okay.
on those questions.
Good. Good. So we've got one video coming in from Mary Ellen before Nashville. Do we have another one coming in from Lynn before Nashville?
Not before Nashville. I've got so much on the go. Mary Ellen.
Anybody else?
Sorry,
I got one.
Maggie.
Do I have 2? Do I have 2 people? Do a little video, like a 1 minute video. Come on, give me 2. We got 1. Where's 2?
Do I hear 3?
Yeah, right. My dad used to take me to the auction barns, as a farmer when he was buying cattle and so on. And I would sit there and go, I don't even know what he just said. Like, oh my God, a whole different language. Anyway, have you ever heard that? There's a song, to a country song, I think, about the auctioneer, and
Yes, it's
singer
amazing.
does it, and it's just amazing. Like, anyway, so I got 1 for sure before Nashville. Any other takers? Okay, after Nashville, any takers?
Yes.
Thank you, Lynn.
We'll talk about it in Nashville.
We shall. We shall. Okay, great. So we've got daily method of operation, mindset and celebration frames those actions. We've got the importance of energy in the celebration to activate the reticular activation system. We've got a video, a passionate 1-minute video about it's all about just creating interest, right? You're not solving problems, you're not giving them the whole wellness home story. It's just the why for you, very succinctly done. What else can we talk about today that's exciting?
Well, can I add something to the video that I remember from
Yes.
seeing other podcasts unrelated to whatever?
Sure.
You might try standing up when you do it, because a lot of presenters, you notice they stand up. It seems to give you more energy than sitting down.
Well, it does. It does.
Thank you, Maureen. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah.
You
that is
know,
good.
when
We
we were
breathe
first
easier when
learning,
we're standing up.
yeah, and we used to be encouraged to, when we're on the phone, to be standing and walking when we're talking to people, because it does create more movement, more energy.
You
Yeah.
Well, a
got
lot
a
of
long
times
extension cord.
Well, a lot of times when you watch movies about the traders on Wall Street, they're all walking around and yapping at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Come to my office, you'll see it all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. When we have permission to do that, if there's someone in your house that thinks that's weird, say thank you. That's always my response to somebody who says that's weird or you're weird. Thank you. I'm operating up here, not down here, right? So be prepared to be weird. Okay, that sounds good.
I'm okay with that.
Well, if you've already arrived.
Well, but not everybody knows that about you, Maureen.
Geez, I've been on the call long enough.
Well, everybody here does, but the world is waiting, Maureen. The world is waiting. Okay, does any yes,
this
Mary Ellen.
is really, really useful to me. I have a tendency to look for formulas and to want the results that I want when I want them, regardless of circumstances. And when I get into that mindset, I force things that don't work well. And this weekend, I was at a gathering of people who've known me on the surface anyway for a couple of years, and I was talking to a healer, an herbalist, and I mentioned that I am involved with Niken, and she knew something about it and said good things about it and started talking about how the magnets worked and that sort of thing. And I just said, well, I'm here, and left it at that. Just didn't, if you need more, I'm here. And so I don't know where that will lead over time, but it was a seed, and I was thrilled to have planted the seed. I didn't say much, and that was the other thing that made me happy, because I usually say too much. And then another person talked about his wife breaking her wrist and how he was doing things that he didn't ever think he could do just because she needed the help. And he talked about putting in ponytails and things of that sort. And I just went up and said, here's my bracelet, try it, and just left it at that. And I didn't, that's not usually the way I approach things, but frankly, it just hurt me so much to think about her wrist being broken that I just did it. And it's not really good form in a business conversation, but
Says
I
who?
really
It
says
may
who.
lead to something.
I mean, I didn't plan a follow up or anything of that sort. I'll talk to him next month. I'll see him next month, and he will, he will see what happens. It's not a tight business follow up, but I realize that all of these things are planting seeds, and that over time, that's valuable. And because of who I am and what I'm learning, that was okay for now. I mean, there are people, I don't think of these people as they're kind of go with the flow folks. They're not an entrepreneurial group, but I've set myself up as a resource, and that's okay, because I can go back later and ask them for referrals, and I don't have to do everything and get my 3 people all at once. As long as my mind is open for ways to find them, and I'm prepared to learn how to be more effective in the way I impact them, it's all good. It's still learning, it's still building sort of the matrix into which things can be moved when they're ready. And it's nice to feel that even though those are long-term contacts, that they still are part of the sense of urgency, because I'm building the framework.
You know, Mary Ellen, I have seen you, particularly in the last year, make a decision to reinvent yourself, to do things differently because you see something different in your
Yeah.
future from that. And I really acknowledge how you've done that, like letting go of that need to have a formula or whatever, and just coming from the heart and being spontaneous and planting seeds. Because you don't know, you know, if you plant enough seeds, you're going to get something.
I can envision 2 business partners. That's something I really want, and I will find them. But I'm okay if I'm okay, and in fact, I insist on not trying to force it on my timetable. I want it on my timetable, but I will not force it, and
Good.
it will come.
Yeah, because that's against the laws of the universe. All you can do is attract what you
Yeah.
want. It's not even about finding, because they're everywhere, but it's about attracting through curiosity, possibility, creating interest, planting seeds, all the things you're doing. And people are more apt to want to join you if you're having fun.
Yeah, and when I force, I am not having fun. So I'm not forcing anymore.
Nobody is, I don't think, when you're not having fun. So
Yeah.
I'm a
have that.
procrastinator. If I'm not having fun, I'm a procrastinator. I won't do it.
Good for you, Marissa.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's typical of probably most of us.
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of us, I think we put on this ill-fitting coat that says, I have to do it this way.
Yeah.
And that's no fun.
I really admire Mike DiMuccio. He is teaching me a lot, but my way is my way. I am not Mike DiMuccio. He's a unique person, and so am I. And we can be colleagues and collaborate and still be our unique selves.
Well, and Michael always says you can't duplicate a person, but you can duplicate a system. So the system is important, but it has to be you and your energy in that to attract people.
Yeah, and that's the system is something that it's finally clicked that really matters.
Yeah.
The habits of building a system instead of trying to be the expert and all of the things that and being a healer. I mean, more people will be helped by the products if I concentrate on building the system than if I concentrate on getting the products to people. I mean, they go together, but the system is what will really get more people on the product.
Right. It's the recipe, and the products are part of the recipe, but they're not everything.
Mary Ellen, You
Yes.
should Google Frank Sinatra's song and play it to yourself. I
I
do
did
it my way.
way.
Yes.
The only comment I would put in based on what I'm learning, Mary Ellen, is there's nothing wrong, absolutely perfect what you said. I would just tune something. I am looking for my next two partners, and there is nothing that you are expecting of them or forcing to have the conversation what they're looking for. Once you listen and hear what they want, then you can say, you know what? They might not be that person, but they can refer me to someone. What I found by us planting seeds and not having that opportunity to have that actual conversation, it's I don't know the word to express that, Maggie. So that's where I'm sort of changing my tune is have, because I don't know how that person's going to be helped. I owe it to them to have
Yeah.
that conversation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
true.
So I'm not afraid, regardless what they say to me, to have that conversation. What do
Right.
they want? And I would encourage that regardless where you are in that, and don't worry about the outcome. And
Yeah.
it's going to really change
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Really well
Yeah.
said, Lynn.
That is good. I mean, the next time I see this fellow and we talk about his wife's experience, then the conversation can proceed.
Yes. Yes.
But I think I, my gut just told me it's not the time to have the big conversation. It's time to just be there.
Create
Yeah.
interest.
That's
Create interest. That's
Marty
it.
Jeffrey, I think, or one of the leaders from years ago summed it up perfectly when people were saying, do I, present the business? This person's hurting. Do I present the business or do I give them, loan them the product? And he said, like, his summary was like, do I sign them up or do I cure their cancer? Like everything's different. So if somebody's hurting, they're not listening to you talk about the big picture and freedom and time. They just want to feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Great.
And your gut never stirs you wrong, Mary Ellen. So you always go with your gut.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Marissa. And we've not been trained to listen to our intuition or our gut. We've been trained to be good little soldiers, cross our T's, dot our I's, stay in step, right, Leo? Leo, you never did that. You were a rebel, right?
I'm listening.
You do listen really well. And I bet when you were a teenager, you probably had a bit of rebellious nature, right? You didn't toe the party line, so to speak. I certainly didn't. I'm sure you're shocked that I didn't.
I was a nerd.
unnerved by that. I would have had no idea, Maggie.
I
Now
know.
I did.
People are
I've
always
just
surprised.
gotten more rebellious as I've gotten older.
Yeah, that's good. You didn't get it. I always used to say to my husband, you had a midlife crisis because you didn't allow yourself to be a rebellious teenager, and it's got to come sometime. So I encouraged my boys to be rebellious teenagers, and they were.
Yeah, I
Oh my
have
gosh.
two older brothers that are 15 years older than I am, so had to think
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyway, all really good. So who else has something you want to contribute before the end of the call? This is exciting. I can't wait to Nashville. Maureen, you have your finger up.
I have my finger up, whole hand. I wanted to share something like I'm sort of tentatively excited that I may have found what the police call a person of interest.
I love that.
I talked to Michelle last week, and a third strike, I'll probably get it right. But anyway, what happened was there's this really nice cashier at Fortino's, and we've chatted over the months and years. She's the type of person you go out the store feeling upbeat, as opposed to some miserable soul. So I took the plunge last week, and I took out my business card, which I now have tucked to my phone, and I said to her, complimented her. I said, "You're one of the nicest people I know. I always walk out the store feeling upbeat." And I said, if you were to refer someone to me, I would take you seriously. And I said, here's my business card. And if you'd like to know more, I would love to buy you a cup of coffee and talk. Now, the first strikeout was didn't get her contact information, but I was in a hurry. This Monday, I was back in there shopping, and here's where it got the person of interest. I was going to follow up with her, and she saw me, came over and said, hi, I had a quick look at stuff, but I'm going to look at stuff later. I'd love to have coffee with you sometime. And then she starts talking, and I just stand listening to her. She's a person that wellness is like being part of her life. She was raised, eating good food, and, she's heard of magnets and stuff. So, I mean, I'm thinking that the strikeout was number 2 was I didn't get her contact information again. And I didn't say, well, what would be a good day for you? But I need margarine, so I'm going to go into Fortino's in the next couple of days. And if she's on there, I'm going to get at least a commitment of a date for her day off and that sort of thing.
Good.
But
Well, it's never too late to have a happy childhood, they say, Maureen. So you got lots of opportunity there.
my second childhood.
Your second happy childhood, that's good. Yeah. More to come. That's a really great story because what I got out of that was number 1, you gave her a genuine compliment.
Yes.
And who doesn't like a genuine compliment, right? And then you didn't get her contact information, but you did give her your card. So she obviously did something with it because she looked at something, right? So when you went back, it's like dating. We're not.
Yeah, I didn't open my mouth other than to say sort of hi, and then she just plunged in with all
Exactly.
that. So I'm thinking like that's okay. That's a good sign.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great sign.
My second learning was again sort of at the end of last week. Someone that I had sent one of those, can you help me kind of emails, and I didn't hear back from her, and so I saw. Again, she's somebody I've met in the change room at the Y. So I said, listen, oh, hi, Nancy. That weird email was for me, by the way. She says, oh, yeah, I was going to get back to you. Not interested. So normally I'd have walked away. And then I thought to myself, we're in person here. I said, did I ever show you a strength test? And she said, no. So I said, hang on. And I whip out a wrap from my bag and get her attention. And then I whip out the mag steps from my gym shoes and get her to stand on them. And here's the learning. I really got her attention. I gave her my good card. I gave her a second one because I did all 3 strength tests. The strength, the balance, the flexibility on the mag steps really got her attention. And why I say doing the 3 was important was because she thought of someone who had back surgery and was having balance challenges. So I'm going to be following up with her on her friend.
Je ne connais pas la jalousie.
When you said you did the 3 tests, which 3 tests was it?
With the arm strength, the balance, and then the flexibility pointing.
Okay, yeah.
So if I had only done strength, I think I would have got her attention. But by doing the balance as well, she thought of someone who had balance problems. So that was a learning for me. Do all 3. It only takes about a minute.
Maureen, I love that you didn't shut down when she said not interested. You could have just said okay and walked away and sucked your thumb, right?
That would be the old Maureen.
Yeah. So the new Maureen goes
cross her off the list.
Okay. What else? I got to get her attention. I obviously don't have her attention. Best thing is a demonstration, and you did all 3. How long did that take to do all 3, by the way?
Oh, with the chatting, I'll probably be about 5 minutes or so.
That's a lot of time. Holy cow! Just kidding.
Well, we were
That's
talking.
amazing.
We were.
I know,
we
because
were talking.
It became a conversation. It became very obviously comfortable for her. I'm not interested. Oh, wow, this is cool. I mean, you can shift people's mind by not paying attention to what they said when it's a no or whatever, and just moving to another way of getting their attention, because if you don't have their attention, they're not going anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere with them, right?
And if they
Right.
say to me, I can always say, I'm practicing this test. Do you have a minute just to let me
Sure.
practice with you? And
Sure.
that way, I know you're not interested, but I really need help with somebody to practice this test. Would you do that? They've
Yep.
already said no to you, so they want to say yes about something. So
Yep, they
letting
do.
them practice test is a good way to get a yes from them. They feel better about having no, especially if you say, okay, that's fine, but would you mind just helping me practice this? And then
Great
if
segue. That's
it's
good.
not interested, that's fine. That really is fine, but
Yeah.
they've had, you might do what your friend did and suddenly say, I am somebody who might use that. So.
Keep giving people another chance to say yes.
Just
It's
something on the side. Can I ask Leo? Leo, do you live direct in Montreal? There's a reason I'm asking. I have somebody coming out and they were going to ask for some places to live. Do you live in Montreal?
North of Montreal,
How far north?
40 minutes.
Okay, they have to go directly into Montreal. They're looking for any referral to find apartment because they're trying to get their permanent residence, and they're finding it that Quebec has more options than Ontario, and they're lovely, lovely people. Okay, I'm not going to bother you. That's too far for them to get any referral. Do you know anybody in directly in the city? That
Not really,
not really. Okay.
It's not a lot of apartment to rent in Montreal. You have a problem with that.
They have a problem because there's too much.
Not enough. Not enough.
Not enough apartment.
Yeah.
It's very tough to find an apartment in Montreal.
Well,
and when you find one, it's expensive.
Yeah, that's
Very
what I
expensive.
was hoping that they would get some referral or possibly some guidance from you. But okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're up to our hour. I just want to see if anybody else has something to contribute or ask. Paula, you've been pretty quiet. You have anything you want to say or ask?
No, what I've decided to do with my other prospect that doesn't have any money, because I have been here for so long, I still have an aquaport. And I'm going to give her the aquaport to try for a couple of weeks. Just so that because I only have one extra waterfall and I've given that to my engineer guy.
Mhm.
But I'm going to let her at least experience the water. And I'm going to bring her a mattress pad as well to test drive.
Yep. Because, people who don't have any money can end up buying a Mercedes because they really like driving it, right? So it's never about the money. It's never, ever about the money.
No. Well, Mike told me his story about the guy he was going to recruit that didn't have any money, but 3 weeks later he found the money, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I have to go. I have another Zoom.
Thank
Okay,
you, Leo.
thank you.
See
Bye-bye.
you next. No, we won't see you next
Yeah.
week because we're going to be in Nashville. So,
Next 2 weeks.
yeah, next 2 weeks.
Thank you,
Thank
bye.
you. Right.
Thank you, Leo.
Au revoir.
Marissa, do you have anything that you want to say? You've been pretty quiet.
Yeah, it's been interesting weeks. The only thing I can say is in the last year that I've joined with NECAN, my mom's been in a nursing home for 2 years, going on 3 years, maybe 3 years since my dad passed. And there's a receptionist. Her name's Angela. She's always flustered, always in my brother. She's always because she's overwhelmed. So she's seen me when I have my brokerage. So her and I would complain about the same thing. Then I joined NECAN. And she's seen now my whole mannerism, my aurora, like
Aura.
aura. That's it. I can't speak today, guys. And I went to go see my mom yesterday. Now, little side note is I shut down my brokerage. I'm with a new yeah, I shut down my brokerage 3 months ago. I went to a new brokerage, which they are they treat me like I'm part of the family. I've never felt besides Nikan, I feel like I belong, but they really make me feel like I
Yeah.
belong there too. And they know about Nikan. They know what I'm doing. So they're okay with me having meetings, Zoom meetings at the office.
Cool.
Yeah, because I had a business partner that gave me grief, and I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work, and that's part of the reason why I shut it down. So Angela saw me yesterday, and she's like, you look so relaxed. Now I have a lot going on personally in my world, but I don't show it. And I said, listen, you'll be a perfect partner with me. So why don't I'll send you a video
Mm-hmm.
and let's do this together. And
Good.
she's at her ends, like
Yeah.
at her wit's end. And like I said, she's known me for 3 years and she's noticed the change in the last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
And so that is my potential business partner because I know she'll join. It's just a matter of her timing.
That's
What
great.
video were
Wow.
you planning on sending her?
The one that makes video, the Tuesday night call one.
Okay. Balanced life, happy life.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's gonna send
Marissa,
her that. Yeah.
the only part I will say before you send that video, she should have a small conversation with you so she knows what to expect in that video.
Yeah, and I will.
Because I don't know if she did that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we talk all the time. She doesn't let me go
Okay.
home.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Don't
Yeah.
that's
just
that's a great win, Marissa. And I want to again acknowledge all of you. You are all beautiful, powerful people up to something very important. And, as a team, we know it's possible to create more, right? So thank you
Mhm.
for being part of this team and being part of Nikan's expansion. So I can't wait to see some of you in Nashville.
Oh, this is our last quarter, guys. This is our last quarter for 2025.
It is. So
Remember
we're going to
that
make
check that
some.
Mike wants us to write for
Yep.
ourselves for
Yep.
December? I got to do it. It
So
can
let's
still
start with
happen.
everybody's going to break a silver before the end of the year, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't see big nods. I see sort of nod.
Maureen is saying, what's wrong
Maureen
with
saying,
Lynn?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
I've
Paula's,
already done Bela,
I
so
know, but that's a good way to keep, that's a springboard. That's not an end.
Start.
Yeah. And Mary Ellen,
All
you're going to
right.
have that business partner taken
Yeah.
to silver. I just feel that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
And Marissa, you've
It's
got
already happening. I don't know who yet, but it's happening. So
exactly. Okay, great. So together, let's
I've got to go, folks. Love
everybody
y'all.
achieves more. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
Mary Ellen.
See some of
Bye-bye.
you soon. Dress
Yes.
Bye,
cool
guys.
and layers. Use layers.
Bye, Marissa.
Bye,
Bye.
bye, everyone.